Conor Benn has to be held back from Chris Eubank Jr. and tells him, "Even your dad doesn't like you." Conor Benn had to be held back from Chris Eubank Jr. in the bitter rival's latest confrontation over the former's drugs ban. Benn and Eubank Jr. are preparing to do battle in one of the most hotly anticipated fights in British boxing history on April 26 in a fight that will take place at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It is a bout that has been years in the making and was supposed to take place in 2022 until Benn was banned over the alleged use of clomiphene, with the UK Anti-Doping Agency and British Boxing Board of Control ensuring a provisional suspension, which was lifted, was reimposed. It was once again lifted, and the saga came to an end in November last year when the two parties revealed they would not appeal. Benn maintained his innocence throughout the process. That paved the way for his fight against Eubank to finally be made, and they have already been involved in some heated face-offs, with Eubank smashing an egg on his rival's face last month. In their latest media appearance, meanwhile, it was Benn who had to be held back as the two exchanged words on Piers Morgan uncensored. The two men had been exchanging words throughout, with Benn telling security to check his rival for eggs following their previous exchange. Eubank warned his fists were more than enough. Eubank Jr. added, "I hate what he stands for, I hate what he did. Failing these two drugs tests is unacceptable." Benn later fired back, "No ban. Clear to fight. No fine." He later said, "I think he's an absolute idiot with a big head. Even his own dad doesn't like him. That's an accomplishment." During a face-off, two security guards got in the way of the duo, with Benn seemingly trying to force his way through and threatening to get violent there and then. The two fighters' rivalry started when their dads, Chris Eubank Jr. and Nigel Benn, fought in 1990, which the former won. Throughout the build-up to this fight, Nigel has been by Conor's side, even appearing to grab Eubank Jr. by the throat when he egged his opponent, but Eubank Jr. has been nowhere to be seen. That's because Eubank Jr. appeared to try and distance his father from his boxing career, which led to a disconnect on a personal level, with the active fighter last year saying his father had shown no interest in him or his career for a long time. The two clashed over Nigel at the final press conference on February 28 in North London, when Eubank Jr. told Nigel Benn, "You did put your hand on my neck. I'm going to give you a pass because of what happened. I'm just letting you know that if your hand ever touches me again, you won't get it back." Benn had appeared to grab his son's rival by the throat, suggesting that he thought he had glassed his son in the moment. That prompted an immediate reaction from Conor Benn, who shouted out, "Shut your effing mouth. Threaten my dad again and watch what happens."